Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam Aizatul and to all my friends. My name is Aina Atira binti Ahmad Nurizal and we are going to present our poster, which is the milestone, and the year that we have chose to be presented was the 5 years old child. Okay, so um, why we chose 5 years old child? This is because we want all parents to know what their child can do at that age. So how's your child plays, learns, speaks, acts and move offers important clues about your child's development. Developmental milestones are things most children can do by a certain age. Not all age, but certain age. What most children can do at this age. So, in terms of social and emotional categories, these children want to please others, they want to be friends with all, and also they are okay with all the rules that comes into them. Plus, they know the gender really well, and they know what's real and what's not real, and also they shows more independence. For example, when they play at their friend's house, they doesn't have their siblings existence, meaning that they can play at their friend's house alone. And the last one is sometimes they can be a very bit demanding, but sometimes they are a helpful child after all. And then for the in terms of language or communication, these children speaks very well, tells short story using full sentence because they are only 5 years old child, and then they uses future tense, for example like daddy will be here or grandma will be here. And then the last thing is they say his name, also address, so meaning that they differentiate that people by saying their name and also their address. And as in terms for cognitive, which is learning, thinking and problem solving, they can count more than 10 things. Also they can draw a person with at least 6 or more body parts, which is the eyes, nose, mouth, ears or hands, fingers, something like that. And then they can print some letters or numbers. Also they can copy or draw a triangle or other geometric shapes. And the last thing is they know things that we use every day, so meaning like a pen, the thing that we use to cook every day, or a pencil, the thing that we use to write things using a pencil or a pen, so they know that thing. Okay, as for terms of movement or physical development, they can stand at 1 foot for more than 10 seconds. Also they hops or may be able to escape. Also they can do a somersault very well. Okay, and then they are able to use fork and spoon, sometimes a table knife, but that one is they are not really used with the knife table. Okay, and they can use the toilet paper on their own without any assistance, and also they can swings and climbs by themselves. That is what the 5-year-old child can do.
Hi, my name is Manpreet Kaur. So firstly, the parents should act early by talking to the child's doctor if the child tend to not show such behaviors. For example, the emotions aren't obvious. When the child tend to not express their emotions, express their feelings, they tend to just stay quiet and we don't even know if they're happy or sad. Parents should really try finding a doctor's advice. Secondly, the extreme behavior that had been shown. When a child gets angry, gets aggressive, or even gets sad out of a sudden, it is unusual. Thirdly, when the child tends to be inactive. Unlike other children, this particular child tend to be quiet, inactive, and rather sit alone than in a group of people. Next, the child is not a good responder, so the parents should really try talking to doctor's child to know why is the child acting up like that. And then the problem guessing the reality and fantasy. Some childs tend to think that fantasy are the reality, whereas it's not, and it is a problem that they might be having some imaginations that might lead to some serious problems in future. and then the child sticks to 1 or 2 games or activities only. It means the child isn't keen to be finding new activities or isn't interested in playing new games. Yeah, they rather stick on that one particular game only. And then the child is not very fond of plural and tenses. The child isn't very interested in learning English grammar words, plural or even tenses. And then very less communication on daily activities. This means the child is way too quiet than he's or she's supposed to be. Next, the child is not interested in painting, or basically not an artist, as the child is unable to brush teeth, wash hand, or even get undressed without help. It means the child is very dependent on the mother to do such simple tasks. And lastly, the child is unable to maintain old skills. It means before this, the child must have been a good writer, but out of a sudden he tends to stop writing and he forgets that he has a skill in that. That's all from me. Thank you.
Maizatu and my lovely friends. Today I'm going to talk about very shortly. I'm going to talk about what you can do for 5-year-old child. Okay, so the first thing is give the child freedom to choose friends and the activity that they're going to do. So just let them to do what they want in case it's very safe. So the second thing is praise the child whenever they talk politely, whenever they ask something with very good manner. So we just can praise them, and if they use swear words, we should not give them attention. So moving forward, teach a child about good touch and bad touch. In case someone try to touch their private part, they knows that it is a bad touch, so they immediately can come and inform the parents that it's a bad touch. So they can tell the parents that someone touched their private part without their permission, and they feel very uncomfortable. So moving forward, teach a child to memorize the importance of number. Let's say if they are in any emergency, they can just dial the number of the parents, because they remember the number of parents. So they can save the time rather than searching in their bag where's the piece of paper that they wrote the mother and father's number. So it's more safer. So moving forward, encourage the child to tell a story by looking at a picture. When they look at a picture, just ask the child to tell a story, what they can see. If let's say they saw a lion on the picture, just create a story of a lion and tell it out. Another thing, while reading to child, ask them to imagine what happens next in the story. So when we are telling the child a story, ask them to imagine what will happen next. So moving forward, teach a child day and night. For an example, teach the child the time. Morning is 8 a.m. Afternoon, when we say noon, is 12 p.m. Whenever we say afternoon, is after 1 p.m. So we can tell them, teach them the time of the day and night, and also we can tell Monday to Friday. We can teach them the day. So every day they will learn a bit by a bit. Moving forward, give priority for child's interest. Whatever they are interested, let them to do. Give them priority to choose. Give them activity to do with the different stationery material. For example, today give them color with a watercolor. The next day ask them to color with a crayon. So they know how to use the material, and also they will be more creative in the future. Moving forward, teach the child the tricks to play swing and teach the child to play the swing, normal swing in the playground, so that they can swing on their own in a very safety manner, like pump the leg in front and forth on the swing. So moving forward, support the child on monkey bar and encourage them to climb on it. The monkey bar, we can support the child from down up. Ask them to climb on the monkey bar, give them the courage and encourage them. And lastly, do some adventurous activity with the child. For an example, go for climbing, go cycling and everything. So these are those activities that we can do for a child. Thank you.